Welcome back. You are watching Eagle News. I'm Anna Cui in Las Vegas. Protests are staged in Newark, New Jersey against injustice and police brutality. El Aguilar in Newark reports.
Compared to reported out-of-control protest actions seen and heard from different states in the U.S., here in the biggest city in New Jersey, members of different human rights groups staged a peaceful rally in Newark to air their sentiments and rage following the death of a black man in the hands of a white police officer in Minneapolis, Minnesota. People from different backgrounds, different race, different culture, young and old, gathered in Newark, where more than half of the population is black American, according to U.S. Census.
Awesome gathering. I think it's necessary. I'm happy to see that people are so moved. It's gone on for too long. We've got to speak up now and keep up speaking going forward. There's no more silence for anyone. We can work together. Justice is so uncomfortable. I can't handle it anymore. So this is why I show up. It makes me feel part of the solution.
I'm here because I'm an educator and I teach black kids, and I want to make sure when they grow up that they're safe. I have a young brother who also is 15. He's a young black man. I want him to be safe walking the streets. I don't want him to fear for his life every day he walks out the door. It's sad. It's sad. It's hurtful. I may not know him personally, but I feel it because it happens not only there but everywhere else in the world as well. It's not just in Minneapolis. It's not just when somebody records it. It can happen daily. It's unfair. It's unjust. We want to see justice, right? When someone kills someone that's not a cop, they go to jail. We want the same thing. If a cop kills someone, they need to go to jail as well. Justice needs to be served. It needs to be fair. I think we need to continue, and we need to start bringing people together, and we need to start supporting each other, and we need to be together and not divided, because that's what they want. That's how we don't win, if we stay divided. But if we come together, yes, it will make a difference. Not just today, but every day.
Almost a week ago, a report was received by the police department in Minneapolis regarding a black man for allegedly passing fake banknotes. George Floyd, who was at the scene, did not resist arrest. He was unarmed, was handcuffed, and pinned down to the ground. Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin knelt on his neck while he was pleading that he could not breathe. While participants in Newark chanted Black Lives Matter and No Justice, No Peace, there were minor incidents which are considered minimal compared to early reports of lootings, burnings, and vandalisms of police vehicles, even local stores and government establishments in different states. Due to continuous violence being reported everywhere, a curfew has been set starting Saturday from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. in some major cities in the U.S. Those affected are Minneapolis, Seattle, Portland, Denver, Atlanta, Los Angeles, Cleveland, Columbus, Pittsburgh, and Philadelphia. News organizations have reported 4 burned police cars in New York, 13 police officers injured in Philadelphia, and in Chicago and Minneapolis, members of the National Guard are standing by. The death of George Floyd sparked global protests. Supporters from London, Berlin, Toronto have expressed support to Black Lives Matter movement by staging the same protest rallies.
There's been injustice against people when there shouldn't have been, and that too many people have gotten away with too many murders. Video is traumatizing. Nobody should have to endure that. He was on the ground. He had his knee on his neck, which was a terrible thing.
Police violence and racism is a terrible, terrible stain on the history of America. And we need to always speak out against it whenever it comes about like it has now. always helps when people exercise their rights of free speech. That's the bedrock of our whole country. People have to speak out against injustice. I'm not sure what I want to say to the authorities, to be honest, because I know a lot of them are good people, but the bad ones have to be rooted out, and the systemic problems in policing have to be addressed.
Meanwhile, some law enforcement officials are calling protesters to stop the violence and vandalism, that they have supporters, but they cannot be acting irrational and destructive. They need to get their act together and express their support peacefully to avoid more conflict.
And here locally at home, I'm seeing the images, everyone is seeing the images on TV of the Fairfax district. We're working shoulder to shoulder with the Los Angeles Police Department. We're providing support for their efforts, and we're working across the county in different areas that have seen these protests. And it's a simple message and a simple rule. Everyone enjoys that First Amendment right to protest the actions of government, no matter where they occur and throughout our entire great nation. But we have to do it in a manner that's peaceful, that it respects everyone else's First Amendment rights, everyone else's rights to property, to be free from harm or injury. So if you're going to protest, we're here to support you. Do so peacefully in a way that you're not going to be in jeopardy and the way you're not going to harm other people. And for those that came here just for the thrill of creating problems, of vandalizing, it's not going to work. And everyone here is in Angelino, our county residents, recognize that there's people within your ranks that are protesting. They're not there to protest for a legitimate cause like the tragic death of George Floyd. They're there to create anarchy, and we're not going to support that. And I need civic leaders throughout Los Angeles County to stand up and denounce them. Let's focus on the point at hand, which is to remember George Floyd, remember who he is, what he represents, hold people accountable for his tragic death, and then that way we can move together, we can heal, not as a community, but as an entire nation.
Reporting from New Jersey, Carol Aguilar, we live in interesting times.